Hey guys, thanks for joining me today. Now today I am doing something that Margaret from Seven Plaza and Crafty by Tony are hosting, which is another open collab, and this one is called #Scraptember 2025, and it was just what I needed to find some creative spark and to use up some of my scraps. So there are 26 prompts which can be used however you wish. And in this video, I end up ticking off the following prompts. So envelope, packaging, paint, green, and book page. My intention was just to do the envelope prompt, but after I finished, I was looking through the prompts and realised I'd actually covered off a few of them. So winner. Now I know I've made some of these envelope kind of tag pocket things before, but I'm not sure if I've actually shown you me actually making them, so you can enjoy that piece of chaos. I wouldn't advise you to follow along because my filming is all over the place and I am also all over the place. For some reason I forgot that I could zoom the camera out until like later on, but it's okay, like you kind of get the gist of it. But I really do like making these things. They use up envelopes, they can be whatever theme you want, and they can also be all different sizes and hold different things. They're super versatile to go into a journal or even just be a separate small piece of stationery. Now I've got this big tin box of scraps and bits and pieces in that I wanted to try and get through. So apart from the envelope and the masking tape, everything else that I've used is out of there. So I'm using some of that green painted packaging paper that I painted using up some of my paint in a recent Catalyst and Curiosities make I made recently. One of the jelly plate prints that I made, I drew with a Posca paint pen some leaves on. So I'm using some of that on the inside, and also some leftover Edith Holden page. And I think I used like a bit of a leaflet with some green beans on. I can't remember what that was. For this video though, I am just making the structure, so the tag pocket itself, and in further Scraptember videos I will make the tags and possibly a booklet to go in the middle. So if you do like this video and you're not already subscribed, then please do hit that subscribe button so you can come back again and see the next phase of this make. So as you can see here, I'm just covering the outside with the green painty packaging paper, and that, if you didn't see me make that paper, was just some green green paint and gesso, white gesso, and maybe some yellow as well, maybe some yellow paint as well. And I kind of swirled it all about and then just mopped it up with this packaging paper. So yeah, I'm just putting all this down. So although it's all the same paper, it's different textures and things, and because it's all kind of ripped up, it gives it a look of collage even though it's all the same, which is quite cool. And then I just fold in any on the back that's come up just to strengthen those side edges as well. But yeah, when you're making these envelope things, you literally just cut the ripped sides so it's nice and clean. Chop off however much of the bottom that you want. I do like maybe a couple of inches below the end of the window, and then just slice the very top of it just to make it be able to open, to make it into like a booklet, and then do what you want on the front, and then I will show you what happens in the inside shortly. What What I also like to do is not quite keep it straight around that window, and so that it kind of gives it a bit more of a rustic feel when you're looking at it from the front, and it's not exactly the rectangle that it started off as. So you'll see that I've kind of laid some of the paper over to cover up a slight bit of that window, but I still like to have that window showing, because then you can put things on it that are like, you know, you can put a tag in it and it looks pretty coming through, and then you can have something in the background that looks nice when you remove the tag as well. So for this bit here that I folded over, so I folded over half of it and then glued that down, and then folded it in half again but didn't glue that down, and that will then be kind of the closure-y structure that kind of hooks, so the other side, so it'll hook over the other side when it closes, and you'll see what I mean shortly. And now I'm just straightening off those edges, just so that they are nice and clean for when we do the inside, and it will just make it easier when you're putting things in and out as well, if it's a nice straight line. And I don't know what's going on with my camera. I think the holder was a little bit loose because it kept spinning my phone around, so apologies for that. But I do notice whenever it happens. Now this is that paper, so it's a bit of a jelly plate print, and I've got a yellow Posca paint pen and drawn these leaves all over it. And then I also stamped in the background some like music and things just to give it a bit of extra interest. I thought that was quite cool, and decided to use that as my inside for this tag pocket booklet thing. And so I'm just cutting it down to size, and then what you want to do is not stick it all down properly, but if you want to do it this way, then you just, oh, and I'm just popping some masking tape on just so that nothing catches on those extra bits of paper that are folded over there. So yeah, so what you'll want to do is just glue around the edges as if you're attaching a pocket, and then glue in the middle where the fold is. But I do, on the window side, I do glue in a little bit further, just so that the tag that goes in behind the window isn't doesn't have to be too wide, or doesn't move about a bit. So otherwise I think it would be quite big, especially on this size of an envelope. If you were using one of the narrower envelopes, then you probably just want to glue down the fold, like on either side of the fold and around the edges. But yeah, for the bigger ones, if you don't want to make gigantic tags, then just come in a little bit with the glue as well. So I'm just popping that on. I also have left a little space at the top, just to make it a bit easier to pop your tags in and out. And I don't remember until after I've stuck it down to make little notches in. So you also might want to make some notches if that's what you do. And also on the bit of the paper that's going to be visible through the window, again, I didn't remember till after I'd stuck it down, you might want to put something pretty on there if the back of your paper isn't already pretty enough, or if it's too plain, maybe just stick something that's not going to get caught up on there. So as you can see, I've just stuck that down there, and I'm just popping some notches in with my envelope punch along the top to make where my two tags are going to go. And then I will show you on the other side that it's not a very pretty inside, so I'm just going to take this edge off. Sorry, I'm rubbish at remembering what order I've done things in. And then faffing about again. In a minute I'll show you. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so a bit more masking tape just to affix it. So just turning that over, making sure the fold is okay and that nothing has kind of popped up, and gluing down any stragglers. And then this is where I realised that I forgot to put my bit of paper in. So I've got this, I think it's green beans, I think it's off of a food leaflet. But luckily the actual paper hadn't stuck down properly, so it kind of lifts easy enough. Put that in behind the window. And I just think it gives it a little bit of fun, a bit of something to look at. Some green beans, keeping with that green theme. And apologies again for being off camera. I'm off camera for most of this. Apologies, but there you go, you can see that now. And then obviously a tag will go in that and will show through the window as well. So that's kind of the structure, and then it's just time to put a little bit of decoration on the front. So I'm going to use a bit of the offcut from the jelly plate print with the flowers, leaves on that I drew, and then grab a bit of Edith Holden, a bit over which side to use, because obviously both sides are lovely, and then go with the kind of purpley side in the end just to give it a little bit of contrast. I think that's chamomile and something purple. And then just kind of figure out how to place those down nicely. Then I'll glue those down, add a little bit extra, and then we are pretty much done with this part of the video. So if you did enjoy watching this and my chaotic crafting ways, as anyone that knows me will be used to by now, then please do consider giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing if you're not already. Thank you so much to everyone that has been with me for time and thank you to everybody that is new as well. I appreciate every single one of you so much for coming back to see me again and for thinking that I am worth being on your little list of subscribed to channels. So I will be back again with something else. In the meantime, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will just let you see the last part of this to some cute music, whatever music I choose to put on in the background. Bye.